What I'd like to talk about for a minute is the reel on the 122F. You know, we've got a lot of unique, neat features that give you that control over frequency of clip. You can change your reel speed and a lot of these great things, but at the heart of this is the classic Jacobsen triplex reel. This is one thing that we've learned time and time again, the best quality of cut you can possibly get is with this reel. So we've taken this reel, we've given it some very unique features as far as how it's attached to the mower. We've got 50% more float than the next best of any of the competition out there. It's free to move up and down and front and back independently of the rest of the tractor. That gives you fantastic ability to follow undulations without putting those pressure spots on the low side that you get with a lot of equipment. Not only that, if you talk about commonality amongst your fleet, this reel is, again, the triplex reel. So existing reels you may have in your fleet from a G-Plex or even a GK4, we've created these kits to easily convert those reels to this machine. Not only that, this is the first machine for a walking greens mower that's available with onboard backlapping. Very simple to do, we'll get more to that in a minute, but the important thing to note is we make it very, very easy to keep that highest possible quality of cut with this machine. So let's talk a little bit about how you'd maintain this reel. We talked about the backlapping, obviously that has its place. When it's time to do a grinding or more in-depth setup, it's very simple to take this cutting head off. You simply have 3 pins that you pull, one on each side and one in the center, and the reel comes right out. Of course, you have to also disconnect the electrical connector. The nice part about that, if you want to do bench settings, you want to do grinding, perhaps you want to have another reel set up at a different height of cut. During our testing, we found that some of these guys were taking the machine out, cutting a couple greens, but then the quickest way they could get through for the day was to use the same machine to also cut the tee boxes that were in that vicinity. So these guys were taking out a separate reel, set at that higher height of cut, and simply switching the reel over and finding they're getting the time savings over individual mowers cutting those 2 areas. One of the things mechanics wanted to make sure we did is make the reel easy to remove. So let me walk you through the process. The first thing we want to do is disconnect the 3 electrical connectors. And then we've got 3 quick release pins to remove. One on each of the side links. It's the first one. And then the identical one on the opposite side. And finally, the third one, which is on the panhard rod. From this point, you simply lift the rod off of its stud, remove each side link from its pin on the frame. Then you want to lift the side links over the front roller bracket, and then tilt the machine back and out of the way. From this point, you can roll the cutting unit out of the way for whatever setup or maintenance you want to do on it. Reinstalling is just the reverse. Slide the cutting unit up under the mower. Tip the mower into position. Lift each side link over the roller bracket. Connect the side link to the frame. Then connect the panhard rod, which is probably the trickiest part of the whole operation. And then you connect the 3 quick pins.
Just do that a little slower. Keep going with what you're doing because your next one do it a little slower. Okay.
And then the 3 harness plugs. And we're ready to go. So we've had questions along the way of what's the easiest way to set the reel to bed knife clearance on this machine? Well, the easiest way is with our special Jacobsen tool. And let me show you how that's used. Simply come in from the front side. You want to grab the rearward bolt, loosen that a turn, come up, grab the upper bolt, and tighten that accordingly. Very quick and easy, all front side adjustment.